Hey there, it's the Communication Doc again, and this is the last video in my series, How to Be Ready for Romance and Avoid a Broken Heart. So if you followed along with all of my videos, you're now to the point where you're ready to be in a committed relationship and you understand what that means. But it's not like you form an intimate relationship and that's where the relationship stays. There are stages that you build to get to intimacy in a relationship, and if you don't keep working at it, then the intimacy can fade and you can actually start through stages of relationship de-escalation. That is, where you're moving back from intimacy to even the point where a relationship could end, and again, broken hearts could be the result. So you want to make sure, and this is my last tip, that you keep working at communication so that you can keep the relationship going, you can keep the relationship healthy, which is my whole goal, to help us get communication healthy. And you can accomplish that and have relationships that are satisfying and that continue. So in order for this to happen, you actually have to work at communicating. And communication is the number one reason why most relationships fail. 65% of people claim that poor communication skills are the cause of their failed relationships. And so if you can work on improving your communication skills, the chances of you being able to have relationships that are satisfying and that last are much better. Now, John Gottman, who's a well-known researcher in the area of marriage and marital communication, has identified what he calls the four horsemen of the apocalypse. And what he's meaning is that if these four things are present in a relationship, then you need to be careful because your relationship is probably headed to destruction. So one thing you can do is keep an eye out for these four things, try to avoid them, and if you see them, then work to actually change your communication patterns. So the first one is criticism, and by this we're not saying that you're going to be critical in the sense of trying to be helpful, like constructive criticism. This is criticism that is attacking the other person's character or personality, so you want to avoid that. The second one is contempt. Contempt is behavior that is simply mean, disrespectful towards other people, might even be mocking and scoffing of them. The third horseman is defensiveness, and defensiveness is usually a response to criticism where you start making excuses and you act like you're the innocent victim and you have nothing to, no fault or role to play in what's happening in the relationship. And then the fourth horseman, is stonewalling, which is typically a response to contempt. And stonewalling is basically where you shut down and you don't communicate anymore. And while those are understandable responses, if someone is criticizing you or if someone is acting in a contemptuous way towards you, neither of those help to resolve the problem. So if you see any of those four signs, those four horsemen in your relationships, that is criticism, contempt, defensiveness, and stonewalling, then you really need to work on trying to improve the communication that you have in your relationship. And that's something I can actually help you do. I can do coaching individually or coaching for couples to help you work on your communication skills and help maintain a healthy level of intimacy in your relationships. Or if you're having problems, I can help you learn how to fix those. So feel free to contact me anytime at thecommunicationdoc@gmail.com. You can also send me messages on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. And until my next series, let's all get communication healthy.